What is the aim of COP27? COP27, held in Sharm El-Sheikh in Egypt, is the 27th United Nations Climate Change Conference. Around 40,000 people are expected to attend, including 100 heads of states and governments. This will now include new UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, after he recently reversed his decision on not attending. The conference will largely continue the themes discussed at Glasgow's COP26, as the temperature goals of the Paris Agreement near ever closer. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has warned that global emissions are on track to surpass the 1.5 degrees Celsius warming limit and reach 3.2 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. This year, the agenda is structured around the idea of implementation, not mitigation, and inspiring collective action. COP27 is to be unofficially referred to as the Implementation COP, pursuing a transformative action agenda aimed at moving from pledges to actions on the ground. Discussions will be structured around different themes such as finance, biodiversity, gender, and energy. The COP27 Egyptian presidency also aims to address existing gaps in climate change engagement. Key focus areas include the promise of innovation and clean technologies, the centrality of water and agriculture to the climate crisis, biodiversity loss, energy transition, and decarbonisation efforts. 3 days will be dedicated to youth and future generations, gender and civil society, their contributions, the challenges they face, the solutions they offer, and how to mainstream their engagement in planning and implementation of climate policies. Climate scientist Dr. Rachel James notes the importance of the location of this year's conference. With the war in Ukraine and a cost of living crisis, it would be easy to lose sight of the importance of climate action. But we can't afford to wait. The urgency of addressing climate change has never been greater. And that's particularly true for African countries, which are projected to experience some of the most damaging impacts of climate change. There have already been many devastating extreme weather events in African countries this year. Tropical cyclones in Mozambique and Madagascar, flooding across West Africa, and drought in Ethiopia and Uganda. These barely get a mention in the UK news. That's why an African-led COP is so important, to highlight the loss and damage associated with climate change, and an urgent need to reduce carbon emissions, to adapt to the changes that are already underway, and for action and support to address inevitable loss and damage. To learn more about COP27, read the full article on the Environment and Sustainability category.
Read more at TWinFM.com.